Hi, welcome to sunny Bali. We're currently in the Ecosmart hub in Jalan Sunset, just out the back of Kuta, and I'm with Christian Fritz, who's the boss here, and we're going to silakan boss. We're going to talk, just got some coffee, and it's very good coffee actually. And we're going to talk a little bit about what Ecosmart's doing and some of the activities you've got in Bali, and perhaps talk a little bit more about the consumer side and how consumers are driving activity in clean tech in Bali.
Okay, thanks a lot. Basically Ecosmart Hub, it's all about creating a community that has a common interest. So we are driven by sustainability, so we work with a lot of people that share the same vision, and either they are technology providers or they have products, consumer products, that are more eco-friendly, natural, organic.
So things like, say, flooring or...
basically flooring, building materials, we have a lot, but we also focus on the consumer products, like you said, which is also demanded, especially in Bali. We have a very more educated market compared to the rest of Indonesia. A lot of expats living here.
Yep.
So they're actually demanding natural soaps because they've been here traditionally. All the spa products here, they are kind of essential oils, natural products. So people kind of expect it, and they also want to have it in their homes.
Okay. Do you find that you're getting a request for many things like building automation, power management, air conditioning, water management, water quality? Are they issues that people are coming up with, or not yet for consumers?
For consumers, not yet, except the water quality issues.
Okay.
Because
the hotels, yes,
only for water.
Okay.
Not for automation. We've tried that. It's not. It's still not yet there.
Okay, that's interesting.
I think that's it's a little bit because also we don't have high-rise buildings where it's more efficient.
Yep.
I believe. So here the hotels don't see the value for money yet.
Okay.
In our experience, because Schneider, for example, they are providing a complete solution, but they have a very hard time selling it here.
That's interesting. How do you find getting a lot of... I mean, obviously everybody wants to live in Bali, and that's evidenced by the massive development in Bali recently. But how do you find getting access to talented local people? I mean, a lot of people will want to go to work in Jakarta because that's where the money is, or they'll go and work offshore. But do you find that you can get access to capable people in Bali and around the region, around Indonesia, or is that a bit of a difficulty for you?
I think if you're in the tourism industry, you get capable people.
Right.
Because the Balinese are traditionally service-oriented.
And very charming.
And very charming, so actually that's easier than in other parts of the country. But if you're looking for technical people, I agree with you. They're mostly driven to the big industries, the oil, gas, and it's very hard to find good engineers in Bali.
Yeah, it's very hard to compete with oil and gas in Indonesia. They suck up all the talent, and it's because there's so much of it. Yeah, that's a big challenge. So how long have you been in Indonesia?
13 years.
Yeah. Had you first came here as a tourist?
Initially as a tourist, yes.
Me too. I came to Bali for a week, and 3 weeks later I called my bank manager in Melbourne, and it was June and it was very cold, and I said, Graham, and he said, yes Steve, I said, Graham, I need you to send me some money. And he said, what's wrong? I said, oh, nothing's wrong, I'm just going to spend some more time in Bali. And he said to me, no. And I said, why not? He says, because it's cold in Melbourne and I'm not happy. He was a wonderful bank manager. So, okay, so how long has the hub been going?
The hub is basically a new concept.
Yep.
And we've started to run it a year ago. So we officially launched it a year ago.
Wow,
under the Ecosmart branding. Because originally our company was set up in 2008, end of 2008, and the company branding was Little Tree. And my other partner was running the business at that time, and the focus was really more like to provide like an eco store on a retail basis.
Yep.
And when I took over the business 2 years ago, I basically reconstructed it a little bit, and because my vision is really about collaboration, working with other people, working with the leaders in the industry that provide good quality solutions. So we built up what we call the Green Team, which is the Ecosmart Green Team, and here we really work at the moment with around 25 companies.
That's great.
And we can provide now for all the solutions, from the construction side of things, building materials, towards energy solutions and water solutions, including waste solutions as well.
Yeah, waste is a big issue.
Yeah, waste is a big issue.
They've had a couple of false starts.
Yeah. Throughout Indonesia, I believe, waste is still a very big issue.
Yeah, some parts a huge issue. Can you tell me a little bit more about the NGO you had helping local businesses and local people wanting to get into clean technology and how that works and how that has been progressing?
The NGO we have is actually, the name is Bali Export Development Organization, and the original idea was at that time that we saw that there's too much focus on tourism. Now more than 80% the industry tourism is basically controlling Bali.
Yep.
Yeah, everyone depends on it. We had 2 terror attacks.
Yeah.
Bali came out of it quite okay actually, yeah, but it's still not sustainable if you're depending so much on one sector.
Yeah,
So it was really about diversifying the economy, and for us we saw that there's a lot of craftsmanship already, the skills are there, and we wanted to educate, basically build the capacity of the local businesses, what export actually means, and to make them understand the whole value chain of export, so they can take a bigger part into this sector.
Now, one of the things that you see in Bali everywhere is craftsmanship, especially up in the countryside. People are doing pottery, they're doing painting, they're doing weaving, they're transferring it into higher value and more important things. Specifically things like, Bali is founded on water. The whole concept of management of water, which is the underlying social premise of Bali. You would expect that the Balinese, are probably more so than anyone else in Indonesia, would understand the important part of getting technology and social change and using it. But do you see there's a conflict? People don't want to change things, they want to keep them the way they were?
Yeah, unfortunately. Because like what you just said, the local wisdom actually already is very clear about the importance of water.
Wisdom's exactly the
Yeah,
right word.
yeah.
Wisdom,
But
Christian,
unfortunately, the people lose the wisdom.
yeah.
Yeah, they are now following the kind of,
Dogma.
Yeah, the TV, the television. Yeah,
Wow.
They want to have it all. Yeah, they want to be like Singapore. They forget about the values of the past. And we actually have a water crisis right now in Bali.
Really?
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah.
So that's up in the northwest?
No,
Northeast?
it's all over the place.
Wow.
We have aspects of global warming, climate change, through increased erosion. Yeah. So there is more salt water going into the deep wells on the coastal areas.
Okay.
We have a lot of drying out water reservoirs. So the groundwater level is actually decreasing now.
Because more people are using it for
More
tourism.
people are using it. Yes.
Okay.
Now let's. We're always easy to go and blame the big hotels for consuming all of the resources, but on the water, they are definitely among the worst. But if you're looking at Bali, there's having around 10,000 plus individual villas, and they all have a swimming pool. You can imagine how much water is going to go down the drain there. It evaporates with all the pools.
Also,
it's not managed.
and also I imagine that quite a lot of Indonesia has an open drain system, so they don't actually discharge into a trunk sewage system.
It goes out to the ocean.
Yeah, but it goes into a drain and then goes out to the
Yeah,
ocean. So that will also have an impact on marine ecology as well.
Yes, absolutely.
Wow, that's terrible. Yeah, because I remember the first time I came here 18 years ago, and I just loved Bali. It's changed a lot, and I remember when they were building this road, it stopped during the financial crisis. We're on Jalan Sunset, which is out the back of Kuta and Legian and Segment, and it runs basically from before the airport as a bypass around the tourist areas. And now this whole area is completely developed. So, it's good in some ways, but it's bad in others. But do you see that as a big challenge for your business to take part in that, or you think you just got to do small things in small steps?
We have to do small things in small steps. Yeah? So we basically have to educate the market. That is what we see. The market does not really drive us. Consumers only in the health and beauty products, they're very aware. And I'm talking about soaps, cleaning products. Yeah, that's something that consumers are driving us to always improve, come up with new products, increase the quality.
But for things like water and power, they're not pushing you at all.
Only if they have a problem.
Or if it's price related.
Or if it's price related.
Yeah, see, that's the classic example. Clean tech can only compete if it's cost efficient and clean.
We now have a water technology that uses UV and ozone.
Yeah.
And because it doesn't need the membranes and the replacement cost that you have with reverse osmosis, we've been successful to install this system in 15 hotels.
Whereabouts is that technology from? It's indigenous or?
It's actually from Australia, but it's manufactured in the Philippines.
That makes sense, yeah. It's very difficult to manufacture things in Australia.
Yeah.
In techdevnet.com we have a couple of companies that manufacture in Australia. It's tremendously difficult for them because of the high Australian dollar, which and also for the high Australian production cost.
Yeah.
So what's the next big thing? Are you going to have a conference in Bali or anything coming up this year that's worth telling everybody about?
Actually, we have normally in April.
Yeah.
We're running our a kind of event. Yeah, we call it's a seminar mixed also with community events. We run a Sunday community market every first Sunday of the month.
Wow.
But our annual event is in April, and we normally also collaborate with Lohas Singapore.
Yeah, and
on this
in
event.
Malaysia. Yeah. They're good people. They're very nice people.
So basically, call it a little bit of a Lohas event.
Yeah.
Because it's a lot about educating consumers, working together with consumers, seeing what are their challenges and how can we develop solutions for them. So that's a little bit the idea of that event, to share and also to learn a little bit what the market needs and also let the market know of what we got new.
Okay, that's interesting because one of the differentials between what techdevnet.com's doing and what you're doing is that quite a lot of your base is talking about that low-house consumer base across the board sustainability, go green. Whereas in TechDevNet, we're really looking at the big challenges, the big energy, the big water challenges, and trying to implement those. And it's very interesting to talk to you today because what we find is that governments don't tend to are saying that they want to promote green technology and clean tech, but actually it's not going to happen unless consumers buy into it. So part of that communication for us is possibly an outreach to communities through people like you and say, how can we tell you about solutions which are cheaper? We're very, very keen to do some more work with you, and we really appreciate you being the first person to be interviewed for our series. What's the name? You'll be one of many. Yeah, that's the name. And we look forward to doing some more work. Thank you very much for a lovely cup of coffee and a beautiful setting.
Thank you very much for coming by.
No worries,
It's been a
mate.
pleasure.
Good on you.